Okay guys, hey, so it occurs to me as I'm leaving an appointment that I never actually showed you what else you can create using your stencils, but like using your Cricut to make the stencils for it, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head over to the lab. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it the lab. And then I am going to pretty much just show you the different type of things that I have created and airbrushed with my stencils that I use my silhouette. I like the silhouette. But honestly, if you grab the stencil making course, I do go over how you can make stencils with your silhouette and with your Cricut. So, come on, let me show you what I made. Okay. All right. It's the end of the day, but I did not forget. I had to go to the shop to pick up some stuff. And I decided, I was like, while I'm there, why don't I get, I know it's like weird. Why don't I get the nails that I made custom stencils for, so I can literally show you how cutting your own stencils is a game changer. All right, and then I'm going to put like the info pic like on the screen somewhere. All right, and you know what? Why don't I flip the screen over so we can just look at these, and that'll make life significantly easier, and I can do it in front of like the white light and stuff. Okay, so here we are. Now, this, I'm going to take it out of the plastic. Okay, so this set right here, this is airbrush. I used a striping stencil. I made custom, like a little square with a bunch of lines so that I can do red and white. I did the French, I did the blue, I did the split. So all of these are airbrush. And I think, yeah, even the stars too. The stars are airbrushed as well. Made a custom stencil and did that. And these are, I'll put right here, these are a replica of the nails Beyonce wore on something. I don't know. I can't remember. But it was like one of her promos for Cowboy Carter. Okay, this is another one. And you're asking yourself, like, why are they press-ons? Like, sometimes I just get crazy ideas and I do them as press-ons first. So these here, with a Fiji bottle, of course, everything is airbrushed, the ombre, all of that. And then on my press-ons, I do pre-etch them, but you wouldn't be able to tell when you put the glue on. It's fine. So the Fiji bottle, see that? With the little Hawaii flower and everything else. Like, all of that is airbrushed, and it came out fantastic. This is because I seen a set done by Croquet. I'll put that one right here. And I loved how she did the bottles, and I wanted to make an attempt to do that as well. And I love the way this turned out. These are recreation sets, okay? So, and I love doing recreations and then showing images of recreations for press-ons specifically, because a lot of people who get press-ons, they really just be wanting stuff that they've already seen, and maybe they only wear nails like for work or something. So, yeah. All right. So this set is a recreation of a set by Savage Artistry. I see a lot of his work copied, and they don't be tagging him, but I did tag him when I posted the original one. I just happened to do it in Duckies. And the LV stencil is what I created. I did the LVs, these little plus things or whatever. Like all of them, I did the LVs in a bunch of different sizes. And I airbrushed them. And then, of course, I did the, 3D for the little purse lock. And then added the chain. But yeah, I just felt like, oh, okay, in an XO Ducky, this will be beautiful. So I did that set. Then let me show you some ones that I just came up with on my own. And I was like, I gotta do these. I was taking them out of the plastic. Because I hate when people are like, oh, you only can do, like, you could do way more than just ombres with airbrush. Believe me. Believe me. Alright, so I wanted to do a Chromomi, I can't say it really good, set, a little anime set, right? I did it on Duckies. I already had these charms. The basket weave on the back, the hearts on the front, all airbrush. And yes, even this, I made a layered stencil and airbrushed it. So And then I did the barbed wire in a French stencil. And fun thing, I never released this barbed wire French in the shop. I actually only did it for myself for press-ons. So that's another thing. You can create stuff that nobody else literally can get, and only your clients will have it. So very exclusive, and that is a huge upsell feature, especially with clients, because they always want something that nobody else has or nobody else can get. Believe it. So that was like a custom out of my head set. And then my more recent set that I did was a cowboy set, obviously because the Cowboy Carter tour has been super influential in fashion and everything for 2025. And so, of course, I had to make custom cowboy and cowgirl stencils. And then, like, these are the details that you would see on the boots. This is a custom French. I airbrushed here for the bandana. I airbrushed on the little animal skull thing. So definitely this was like another little, I don't know what you call it, applique you would see on boots. And then you have the cowboy and you have some stars. See all of these details literally with the airbrush. And people, oh, it's airbrush is one. No, baby, it's not. When you create your own stencils, you can literally do anything. So this was my set that I wore to Cowboy Carter when I went to see Beyonce. And we've airbrushed so much. I airbrushed the French and the stripes. The stars, I ended up stamping them, and I should have airbrushed them, but whatever, I was doing the last minute. The bang, airbrushed that. Instead of me making the Cowboy Carter part a stencil, I actually just cut some vinyl and made it a sticker. So that's another option. And also here, these stars and everything are airbrushed as well. We have more things that we do with airbrush over cat eyes, and you could do it several different ways. And then also just doing like different shapes. This reminds me of a Trapper Keeper from the 90s. So I don't want you to think, oh, you only can do one thing. And then this right here, ultimate fave, Stanley. Remember when Stanley Cups was going wild? Yeah. Did I airbrush them? Yeah. My Black History nails there, airbrush these three. And then also this is just some cool shapes and a candy tint airbrush ombre over a cat eye to give you a nice little effect. But when I tell you you can create so many things with it, I really want you to understand like you can. This is also airbrushed, as is this, over a cat eye. So is this French. Why is this hanging off like that? Look at that. So I promise you when I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm doing airbrush or airbrush is like super versatile, like bro, it really is. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, okay, Chloe, I really want to get into this, down below, I'm going to put some resources. I'll put the link to the vinyls. I did a vinyl guide to show you guys what kind of vinyls I use for airbrushing. I also have a course. Of course I have a course. I have a course that pretty much goes through all the tips and tricks and techniques. So anyways, yeah, oops. Like I was saying, I do have a course that goes through all the tips, tricks, and techniques that I have learned when I was creating my own stencils and how I made it, like, you know, work. Also, a lot of this is what gets me additional sales with my clients, right? Because I don't want to have to always be adding clients, but I can always do an upsell. So if you, I usually text them during the week, like, we doing anything special, anything crazy? Oh, I really want to do blah, blah, blah. They rattle off something or send me an image from Pinterest or whatever. And I'm like, okay, how can I make that faster? How can I make it easier? Boom, a stencil, a custom stencil, right? So what I want you to think when you're thinking about creating your own airbrush stencils is that the sky is the limit. You're only limited by your imagination. And mine is crazy. I got 2 more things in the works that I'm going to share. Also, you've seen, maybe you didn't, I do have a short where I have these nails that I made that are like little bags of goldfish on the duckies. I'm going to grab them. Okay, so got them. So these are the fish nails that I made on some duckies. I literally dreamt about this and then I was like, ooh, can I airbrush it? And boom! I love when the plan comes together. Like, in the grand scheme of things, these came out so good. Did I record it? No. Why didn't I record it? I don't know. I think maybe I was really just like trying to get the ideal out super fast, and so I didn't record it, but whatevs. I also did a analog alarm clock, and I did record this. This came to me, was it a dream? I just had a feeling. I was like, analog letters, you know, like the alarm clock numbers. And I was like, what about that? What about that for a font? And that's how those came out. Of course, it looks backwards because we're in the thing, but it was like 11:59, and then the other nails were like a flame starting basically. So it was like I did 11:59, so it was like boom, boom, and then I showed the flame burst nails on the opposite hand, and I'm like, ooh, they came out cool. Honestly, just doing it so I could see the ideal come out, like come to fruition, I was like, oh yeah. Sometimes I just have to do it so I can see the ideal in person. So that's the flame right there. But yeah, you can make anything airbrush stencil wise. Like, you can. You definitely can. I'll put the resources below in the dog is sleeping. I'll put the resources below in the description so you can grab the course, or you can just grab the free guide. Don't even worry about the course. Or maybe you already know how to create stencils and you want to grab the digital files. You could do that as well. I'll be adding new digital files to, I'm calling it the Digital Nail Art Lab. Nope, I'm calling it the Digital Nail Art Library. I'll be adding new files weekly. So we got 4 to start. And the first one is like 123 digital files for 20 bucks. Yeah, so cheers to making custom nails for press-ons for clients. You get it. I don't have to keep talking about it. Anyways, until next video, deuces. Remember, like, share, subscribe, share with another nail tech, your bestie, your enemy. It doesn't matter. Just share. Love you guys. Bye.